Corporate Connect. We are pleased to have Mr. Divesh Mishra, Senior Vice President and Functional Head for HDFC Bank with us today. I am very honored to inform that Mr. Mishra is having 32 years of experience in corporate sector, and he's very fond of talking to the young people, motivating them and inspiring them. He usually visits various schools for guest lectures across the length and the breadth of the country. Welcome to the show, sir, and I'm very glad that you gave us an opportunity to interview you.
It is an honor to have you.
Sir, having an experience of about 32 years in the corporate sector, we would really like to know that how you have sustained so far and how difficult or easy it was to go up the corporate ladder.
To be very frank, there are no secrets, honestly. It's not that the glitch that I am using, but the only ladder in a service sector to higher runs goes through the client servicing. If you are good in your job and your job is solely client servicing, then you will surely go up. On the other hand, the client who's your bread and butter, you ignore his demand, you fail to understand the customer, you fail to understand his present or future requirements, and you are not true to your words, you fall short of your promises, then you will be going down the ladder. So wherever I have reached is due to one trait, that okay, whatever I promised to the client, try to come true to those expectations for the client.
Right.
Perhaps nothing else.
We are noticing that most of the people between the age of 21 to 25 years, they are going abroad. So, do you feel that India is losing its assets?
No, absolutely. What happens is, even earlier, the world was a global village. At the end of the day, we only have the 7 billion people have only one planet Earth to ourselves. Why to put ourselves into the boundaries of this nation, that race, that caste, that breed, that continent? I don't believe in that. When youth from India go to, let's say, I think you have in mind the Western world, that is United States and Europe. So when our youth go there, A is that they send money from there, B, there is a marriage of cultures that results in a better outlook in the eyes of most Westerners about India. And when they come back, they bring a lot of expertise which is not available in India. And now we are seeing some sort of mini reverse brain drain, where entrepreneurs from Silicon Valley, they are coming to India to set shop. So ultimately we are the winners.
Absolutely.
Ultimately we are the winners. It's a global village. You studied here, you went there, you created a diaspora, you impressed people from United States, UK, Italy, France, Germany. A lot of goodwill was created. I consider each and every person going outside of India for a job or even for settling a brand ambassador of India. Is doing a job which is far superior than many people doing this. And then the person comes back, I repeat, when the person comes back, a lot of technology flows back. A lot of business ethics, professionalism also flows back. So we are rich.
Absolutely. So now I would like to ask you that how would you motivate the young generation to join banking sector?
Okay. This cannot be answered in one sentence, because had I known how to motivate people to join banking sector, perhaps I would have been the biggest recruiter of the banking sector and been vending much more money. Okay. But I will say this is one job which creates directly into the well-being of a society, equitable generation of wealth, taking wealth to the places where it is required, collecting deposits and distributing by way of loan. This is direct national service, no less important than the defense, police service or any uniformed service. No less important than a farmer or a trader or an industrialist. It is equally important. It's a well-paid job also. And number three, it gives you an opportunity to meet the people from the various strata of the society. Traders, industrialists, doctors, lecturers, professors, army people, government servants, and like that. I will say that, okay, if you are honest and if you think that, okay, honesty runs into your blood, there cannot be a job better than that. There's a dream job for any person who says that, okay, his integrity is beyond question. So that is one. Money, good, there's good money in banking. You directly serve the nation. You lend to those people who need it. You collect from those people who have got surplus wealth, otherwise it would be dead money. And we are still short of banking personnel in India, so there is always a demand-supply gap. It's easier to get into the banking than maybe perhaps in defense.
So talking about the youth of our country, we notice that most of them are, having a specialization in some field and they are working in entirely different sector. Like if I talk about MBAs, some of them have specialization in marketing and they are working in finance sector and vice versa. Do you think something is wrong with the youth of our country, or are they just running after job and money?
No, absolutely there is nothing wrong with the youth of the country. In fact, the youth of the country now are better than the youth of country of my time, maybe 30 years, 35 years back. For the simple reason that the youth of today at least knows the value of money. There is nothing wrong in chasing money. Money matters and it matters a lot. So there are two things. Number one, you said that, okay, our youth, they are rushing forward to specializations. Again, there is nothing wrong with that. For example, if you have, say, some heart ailment, you will be going to a heart specialist. You will not be going to a general physician. That is one. Similarly, about a toothache, similarly about some psychiatric problems, you will not be going to a generalist. It happens in all the sectors of the society. If a company wants to hire a metallurgist, then it hires a metallurgist from any engineering college and not a chemical engineer. So specializations are good. Yes, little bit of general knowledge, general awareness about the company's environment where you are working always helps. But that is about the general awareness, and I expect the youth of today to know more about the company he works for, he or she, more about the ethos, more about the business practices, and not just becoming, some sort of too much focused in one area, but otherwise there is nothing wrong. Secondly, rushing forward, rushing behind a job is also a very good thing. Youth in my time, 30-35 years back, they were really not aware that what they would be doing after their graduation or post-graduation. And then all along came the B schools where the specializations happened. India became a very, very sort of prominent country, produces engineers, business administrators, and ultimately it culminated into producing entrepreneurs. And that's how the change happened. I find that the system, the youth, everybody, they are very motivated.
So you mean to say that the change is beautiful?
Of course.
So now we have a short rapid fire round for you. I have to answer in yes or no.
Sure.
So the first question is, do you feel women are considered inferior in the corporate sector?
No.
Do you feel politics at work is equally important as hard work?
Politics is work and work is totally to be avoided.
Do you feel capital punishment will help in reducing rape cases significantly?
Yes, I agree.
Do you feel education nowadays has become totally commercialized and has lost its essence?
It is getting commercialized, but it is not lost its essence.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable and inspirational opinion. I hope this will enlighten the entire youth of our nation. We will try our best to spread it across as much as we can. And on behalf of entire team Dream and Rise, I would like to thank you again for joining with us today.
Harleen, I really appreciate your efforts and your that the offer to come talk to you. So this is a wonderful opportunity given to me, and I will be very, very thankful to you forever for this opportunity.